For the past few videos, I've only covered shows from the BBC, so to avoid looking like a license fee fanboy, we are switching over to CITV to revisit the classic game show, Jungle Run. Kieran's TV thing. Yeah. The show first swung onto our screens on the 10th of September 1999 via CITV, the kids' wing of the other side. Borrowing from other game shows like The Crystal Maze and Fort Boyard, the show followed a team of 4 kids who had to complete puzzles and challenges to get time in the Temple of the Jungle King.
We have made it just in time before it gets dark to the Temple of the Jungle King.
The scoring system was a bit confusing. You had to collect bunches of bananas. There was a total of 100 in each challenge, with a max of 500 for the whole jungle. There's also a golden banana, which is worth the same as 50 bananas. Ultimately, each banana adds up to the time in the temple. The teams were guided through the jungle by Dominic Wood.
You're watching Jungle Run,
who at the time was known more for magic tricks than creamy muck. He was usually pretty chill, made goofy jokes, and of course, did plenty of magic tricks. The jungle set, which is like a giant version of my least favourite zone from the Crystal Maze, the Aztec Zone, was constructed in a hangar at RAF Finningley in South Yorkshire. It feels surprisingly jungly for some polystyrene rocks and random pot plants. So, the kids start at Tiger Point, where they can pick from 5 locations. There's the swamp, a smelly, sometimes leech-infested pool, which the team has to get across, usually on a small floating lily pad or by building makeshift bridges. The abandoned camp was an old archaeological camp, with some rundown huts and a jeep. Contestants may have to build a structure out of barrels, catch fruit falling out of pipes, or free each other from cages. The chasm is a rocky area with a bridge. The kids may have to search the chasm floor, swing on a rope between 2 platforms, or clear a path of junk to get to the bananas. The tomb is a creepy cavern with a bottomless pit.
Whatever you do, don't fall down there. They're bottomless pits. If you go down there, you'll fall for years and years.
Contestants have to traverse over the pit with the help of the kids outside, or search the cavern below for hidden bananas. And the rapids are a sheer cliff face with a small pool of water underneath. The teams either do a bit of rock climbing, use some ropes, or dive under the water.
My word!
It would always end up with the team getting soaked. The kids have to do all this, whilst these creepy MFs are trying their best to stop them.
If you look at the bridge, you can see there are loads of sacks blocking their way. And also Sid and Elvis, the cheeky monkeys, are there again, trying to make the game as difficult as possible for them.
These lads are Sid and Elvis, the Jungle King's loyal servants. They really don't want these kids getting into the temple. But if some school kids broke into my house and stole all my bananas, I'd be pretty pissed off too.
Hi. Hang on, I thought you guys were odd now. How did you get in the cages?
Monkeys.
That's probably because you were taking their bananas.
Finally, there's the Temple of the Jungle King. The team enters through his belly to find themselves in a room with a riddle or a puzzle. There are 4 rooms in total, each unlocking a monkey statue. The prizes themselves are items you'd circle in the Argos catalogue, but never get. It could be a mountain bike, a handheld TV, a Game Boy Pocket, and of course, some Jungle Run swag. Growing up poor, I always gushed over these prizes. The Golden Monkey, which was only ever won 5 times in this era of the show, got the team a trip to Disneyland Paris.
So each of you is going to Disneyland Paris as well, for a magical short break. Hey, nice one.
Or a hot air balloon ride.
You please?
Yes.
You should be, that's really good.
And then the last winners of this era only got a TV VCR combo.
Which means each of you is going away with a combined TV and video machine as well.
What a downgrade. The show ran for a second season in September 2000, but there are only a few poor quality VHS rips online. Some of the uploads did have continuity though, which is always a trip down memory lane.
What do you call a group of meerkats?
A gang.
The CITV Animal Collection. Jungle Run is sponsored by Cadburyland Yowie.
Who remembers Yowie? Cadbury's failed attempt at Kinder Eggs. Oh no. Right, this time I've definitely got the timings correct. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. You're just in time for this tangent. Unfortunately, I can't make a retrospective on Jungle Run without mentioning this weird version. Oh, sweet Jesus, I'm out. And a whoop. Next on Kirano TV will be a retrospective of Naked Jungle. This program carries the triangular warning symbol, which suggests that special discretion should be used when deciding whether or not to watch it. It does feature Keith Chegwin's penis after all.
Hello, and a warm welcome to a game show with a difference.
In June 2000, Channel 5, the most classy of British broadcasters, ran a series of programmes celebrating 50 years of British naturism. Naked Jungle was one of them. Created by the same producers as Jungle Run, it used the same set, challenges and rules as the kids' version, except everyone was naked. It's not as hot as it sounds. A very cold and naked Keith Chegwin guided 5 naturist couples through the challenges in the jungle.
But why Keith Chegwin? Well, you see, it was a choice between Brad Pitt or me, and because I'm the nation's sex symbol, they chose me.
The couples were split into men and women, with a single winner from each sex. Instead of bananas, the contestants would collect fig leaves for time inside the Temple of the Body, where they had a chance to win a potential prize of £5,000. The first challenge was in the swamp.
And this challenge we call the Pool of Death.
Sorry, the Pool of Death.
Now look, here in the Pool of Death, right, we've... Alright, enough of that, thank you very much.
The contestants had to use their lily pads to paddle into the water and grab fig leaves. The male winner was Graham with 15 leaves, and Cindy won the ladies round with 7. Next up was the Lost Camp, where the men had to search for keys to unlock boxes of leaves. The challenge winner was Glenn, with a combined total of 23 fig leaves. And Andy, the contestant with the lowest amount of leaves from the past 2 challenges, got eliminated. The ladies had to find bugs. Cindy was the victor, adding 11 fig leaves to her total. Melina was eliminated for only getting 1 additional leaf. Next up was the Chasm of Doom, where the lads had to swing across the chasm and grab some leaves, and swing back to drop them off. The winner of this round was Steve with 16 leaves, and the previous challenge winner Glenn only got 12. The women had to throw spears at some targets. The winner of this round was Helen, who got 12, and Lynn was eliminated. In the Cave of Lost Souls, the contestants have to place planks, ladders, and the rope bridges themselves, and get through the cave as quickly as possible. Steve won this stage with a time of 54 seconds. Graham was eliminated. Barbara won with a time of 50 seconds, and Helen fell down the bottomless pit.
Bye-bye! Oh, Deus, you alright? Oh, Helen, you alright? Yes! Are you okay? Oh, what a shame!
Wait, I thought the pit was bottomless. The final game was the Waterfall of Venus. The lads had to climb around the wall and grab hanging fig leaves. However, the other guy had a giant hose.
It's the biggest hose I've seen around here today.
Steve wins as he managed to bring back 7 leaves, whereas Tom hid in a hole. The women had to abseil down the wall to grab leaves. Ooh, imagine the chafing. Cindy wins the race, making her the victor of the women. To gather time in the temple, Steve and Cindy had to race around the set to grab as many leaves as they could. They managed to gather 150, giving them a total of 2.5 minutes in the temple. Inside, they got through the first few puzzles pretty easily. They struggled a little on the third, and just barely got out of the 4th chamber. They managed to win £3,000.
Give them a big cheer. Let's hear it for them. Excellent. You've managed to get a grand total of, wait for it, £3,000. Hey, not bad for a night's work, is it?
So that was Naked Jungle. It somehow managed to get 2 million views, despite being on at 11 PM on a Tuesday night, and you could never get a decent signal for Channel 5 back in the day. Channel 5 received about 50-ish phone calls, which were evenly split between praise and disgust. Now, American viewers may be a little confused as to why they let this kind of thing air on TV in the first place.
Is it a type of nudie thing, father?
You wouldn't believe the amount of nudity in it.
You see the lad, dear father, or is it just the top half, you see?
Nothing is left to the imagination.
Well, the Independent Television Commission had no problems with it, claiming that late-night nudity in a non-sexual context and in a program that is well signposted may not be in breach of the program codes. The ITC received only 1 complaint from a man who said he could do without Keith Chegwin prancing around. An ITC spokesperson said it did not believe that there was anything in its codes about the choice of Chegwin as presenter. Although he did it for a laugh, later in a 2007 Digital Spy article, Checkers called it the worst career move he made in his entire life. Okay, so now we got over Keith Chegwin's tiny, regrettable career choice, let's go back to the kids show. You thought I was going to make a penis joke, didn't you? But first, here's some eye bleach. That's better. Jungle Run would return to our screens in October 2001. Future CBeebies presenter Chris Jarvis has taken over as the Jungle Guide.
Come here. A bit closer. I'm feeling very big today. Imagine what it would be like to be big in a very small world.
He's pretty friendly on the surface, but isn't afraid to give Sid and Elvis a good rollicking. He can be pretty savage at times.
Can you get a statue? You've got one. Brilliant. You're running out of time. Quickly, what's next? You get it open. Quickly, come on, get it open. Come on, quick. Yeah, taking it to grab what you can and get back here. Come back here. Was there a statue in that last one?
Yeah.
You were a bit slow there, weren't you, Sydney?
The show got a fresh new title sequence that follows this lad making his way through the set to some more appropriate jungle music.
Wicked, jungle is massive.
No, not that kind of jungle music. The jungle itself also received an overhaul as filming moved to RAF Newton in Nottinghamshire. A lot of the familiar set pieces remain, but have been repainted in a more natural colour scheme. I honestly kind of prefer this version of the set, as it really nails the jungle vibe. The teams are a bit smaller, slashed from 4 to 3, and the bananas are also gone and have been replaced by small idol statues. To be honest, the bananas never made much sense. How much time does a bunch of bananas give you? Each idol is worth 10 seconds in the temple, with a total of 3 minutes and 30 seconds. There's also a ruby monkey idol, worth about 20 seconds. The challenges have also changed. Instead of the kids picking, they now go to each challenge seemingly at random. Some of the original locations remain, like the tomb, now lost tomb, which plays exactly as it did in the previous series. The rapids have become Angel Falls, where contestants have to climb across a wall, whilst the new look, Sid and Elvis, try to stop them by lobbing coconuts.
That was out of order! Elvis! Play by the rules of the jungle. I will not tell you again.
There's also this pretty fun challenge where you have to fill up a tube of water to push up the idols. The swamp is now called the Dark Swamp. The kids have to climb across a bridge, usually made of rope or floating logs, to grab more baskets. There are some new locations, like the Pyramid of the Sun, where the contestants may have to rotate blocks on the stairs to make the correct image that stops the sinking idols, or climb up its wall. Inside the pyramid, there's also a rather impressive vertical maze, where one player has to climb through and communicate to the other teammates via walkie-talkies on what doors to open. Monkey Tree's kind of a mix between the Lost Camp and the Chasm. It's a tree-lined area with a crashed helicopter and a rope bridge above. You could be opening metal crates, swinging across to try and grab dangling baskets, or try to grab idols suspended on poles with a hook attached to some rope, while Sid and Elvis nap below. The Temple of the Jungle King had some changes too. Gone are the block-based puzzles. There are now a series of puzzles straight out of the Crystal Maze, like large jigsaw puzzles and Twister. The prize system also has changed, and the kids can now grab all the treasure statues they've unlocked, meaning more prizes.
Let's see what you won. Inside the stone monkey, you have a watch each. How about that? There you go. Inside the bronze monkey, a camera, guys.
Yes.
Could you do with one of those?
Yeah.
Excellent. Now the treasure gets very exciting. Inside the silver monkey statue, you have a personal mini-disc player and recorder. Well done. There you go. But now the moment of truth. Are you ready?
Yeah.
The thing you have been working for, the golden monkey. Get ready, here it comes. You have won personal DVD players with television screens as well. How about that?
Yes.
Enjoy, one each.
Wicked.
Are you happy then?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
The Jungle King is not always that generous.
The show would stay in this format for the rest of its run, but in September 2003, there'd be another presenter change, and this is the version I remember watching the most. Veteran CBBC and CITV presenter Michael Underwood would become the Jungle Guide in 2003 and remained until the show ended in November 2006. He seems more serious, unlike previous hosts, regularly hinting that some of the kids might not make it back.
The mysterious jungle, the most exciting and dangerous place on Earth and home to the Jungle King. Brave are those that dare to challenge his might. The rewards are great, but the journey's going to be tough. Some of this team may not make it back.
It's almost like they're trying to compete with Raven, which started over on CBBC in 2002.
Warriors, you have answered my call, and now we must see if you have the courage and determination to succeed. If you prove to be the champion I am searching for, then you will be richly rewarded. But the challenges are hard and you will be tested.
Now, the team introductions had always featured the kids' hobbies, but Series 7 renamed them to Jungle Skills. And honestly, it can be pretty hilarious. There are the obvious skills that would be useful in a jungle, but some kids list things like computers, blading, and demolition? My name is Kieran, chronically online idiot, jungle skills, over-explaining old TV shows, and time travel? Sid and Elvis got some new costumes with nipples. They're still pretty creepy, by the way. And we saw some new locations in the jungle, offering some new challenges and way more puzzles. In Series 5 and 6, the abandoned camp had a crashed plane in it. Contestants have to use the hook on a rope to retrieve idols from a pile of burning fuel barrels. Try to complete 3 of those electric wire puzzle thingies, or work as a team to grab some canisters with some ropes. It was replaced in Series 7 by the wrecked boat, which is, well, a wrecked boat. I'm not sure how it got to the jungle. The burning barrel challenge remains.
Get the Spyro one.
You got 10 seconds, you have to work quick.
Wait.
Oh, it's caught on a spade. Whoa! No.
We've got it, I think.
Come on, oh, come on. Whoa!
But now, the kids may have to shoot idols from the hands of a sunlit statue. In the old mine, contestants have to make their way through a series of booby-trapped tunnels before a bomb explodes. It's kind of like the Spider's Tunnel from Raven. Inside the old fort, Series 7's replacement for the pyramid, there is a mystical maze that the Jungle King uses to store idols. The maze itself likes to change, like the stairs at Hogwarts, and it also has some arms coming out of the walls like in Day of the Dead.
Straight up, man!
Doesn't like the arms.
This is also one of the many automatic lock-in situations that were added in this era. If the player gets locked in the maze, it'll cost the team 2 of their idols, and any idols picked up inside the maze.
Have a chat amongst yourselves.
Yep, definitely. Leave her in.
You can leave her in.
Yep.
Wow. Shanice,
Yeah?
the guys have decided to leave you in the maze. 20 seconds is very valuable, I think they've decided, I'm afraid. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
Let's head on down. Bye, Shanice.
I'd be terrible at this. I've never been that amazing at mazes. I'm getting flashbacks to the time me and a school friend got lost in the Longleat maze. At the Dark Swamp, players may have to traverse the water by rope bridge, climbing along the back wall, or a sinking dinghy. There's also a cool matching puzzle where one kid has to sit on a stone throne, and if the team gets it wrong, they get dunked.
Let's have a look. Whoa!
In the Lost Cave, players may have to guide some lasers to open a tomb before the mummy Toecat wakes up, zipline over a volcanic vent, run through the pendulums of doom which were borrowed straight from Raven's Way of the Warrior, or play a giant game of Kaplunk. In Series 7, only the pendulum stuck around, and the cave got some new challenges, like this spinny snake thingy. My favourite challenge here is the Cabinet of Chance. A communication test where 2 trapped teammates have to control a wheel to guide an idol through a maze, while the third directs them. If they get stuck, you can free one of them at no cost, and buy out the other player for 2 idols. Angel Falls remains mostly the same, diving underwater to open treasure chests, that cool water puzzle, the rope swing, it's all still here. It's one of the few challenges which remained the same throughout the whole entire run. Finally, the temple got some new puzzles which really tested some of the players. There's now a tilting maze, a jigsaw, a maths puzzle where you have to make the numbers add up to 14 on both sides, or, on a rare occasion, a cog puzzle and a balancing challenge to get to the golden monkey. These are all straight out of the Crystal Maze and I'm here for it. Throughout this era, there was also some celebrity specials. The first aired on Christmas Eve 2003 and saw British boy band 888 tackle the jungle.
Give me a reason to want you back. I don't want you back. I'd be better by myself.
No, I haven't heard of them either. They actually did pretty well and managed to get 15 idols, giving them 2.5 minutes in the temple. They managed to grab every prize, winning their chosen charities, a stack full of play equipment, some DVD combo TVs, and some OG Xbox consoles with Lotus steering wheels. Hey, I have one of those in the loft. In the CITV special, which aired on the 23rd of November 2004, CITV regulars Lee Charles King, Kate McIntyre, and Gail McKenna did pretty badly. They only got about a minute in the temple and ultimately got locked in. The first Coronation Street special aired on the 30th of November 2004. It featured Lucy Joe Hudson, Tina O'Brien, and Nikki Sanderson.
We are Corey's Angels.
They fumbled the puzzles and only won the stone and bronze monkeys.
I'm speechless with how rubbish you are. Would you hurry up? Oh, God.
A second Coronation Street special aired November 1st, 2005. It featured Zara Abrams, Naylor Cumberbatch, and Richard Fleischman. Like the previous Corey team, they collected 11 statues, including the ruby one. They did use their time in the temple a lot better, winning them a complete set of monkey statues. They won their charities some Robo-Raptors, some digital cameras, and some electric motorbikes. This is a pretty decent prize pool. A My Parents Are Aliens special aired on December 13th, 2005. The contestants were Jordan Maxwell, Isabella Melling, and Keith Warwick. They do okay, but Bella gets stuck inside the Cabinet of Chance.
Okay, Bella. Apologies. Unfortunately, the Cabinet of Chance has captured you, and you won't be coming along to the temple.
Okay.
Jordan and Keith only had about 50 seconds in the temple, and they ended up getting trapped, becoming the second celebrity team to do so.
What on... 5 seconds. Oh. Right. What? Okay. What exactly was going through your mind when I was saying 10 seconds? We had 5 left. We had 5 left.
On the 26th of October 2006, the Olympian special aired. The team featured javelin thrower Steve Beckley, swimmer Mark Foster, and sprinter Ewan Thomas. They go down as one of the best teams in the show's entire run. They managed to get 4 idols at the wrecked boat, all 4 idols from the Dark Swan, 5 idols from Angel Falls, and 3 idols and the ruby one from the Old Fort, giving them 3 minutes in the temple, which they race through. They win all 4 monkeys with over a minute to spare and casually walk back through the temple.
They've got time to stop for a coffee.
The final celebrity special and final ever episode of the show aired on the 22nd of November 2006. It was an Emmerdale special featuring Cleveland Campbell, Roxanne Carrion, and Luke Tittenser, who seemed to be big fans of Sid and Elvis.
Hang on, what's going on?
They did rather well, getting 2.5 minutes in the temple. They smashed the challenges with 38 seconds to go. They won their charities, some Tamagotchis, some Nintendo DS's, and some iPod minis with JBL speaker systems. Okay, those are some pretty cool prizes. Sadly, after Series 8, the show never returned. I can't seem to find any concrete reason for its cancellation. ITV was going through a major restructuring at the time with budget cuts, and CITV got its own digital channel that mainly showed reruns. As a kid, I love game shows like this, where you had to think and communicate, work as a team to solve the puzzles. But after the late 2010s, the format kind of fizzled away. The closest newish show to Jungle Run I can find was Don't Unleash the Beast from 2020.
Many years ago, the ancient people of Hallion were plagued by greedy enemies. They buried their treasured belongings in a cave, locked with sacred stones and guarded by a beast. But the beast turned on its masters, forcing them to flee in terror. Now I, the Professor, an expert in all things Hallian, need treasure seekers to retrieve the precious artifacts, as long as they don't unleash the beast.
It suffers from post-pandemic filming conditions and really lacks the vibe.
There is a backwards E on. There's a backwards E on one of them.
Yeah, this one.
Okay, and that's already there. Okay.
It's not a backwards E. It's a Hallian letter, and it's pronounced.
With CITV's demise, I highly doubt we'll get anything like Jungle Run ever again, which is a shame. So, that was Jungle Run, and its naughtier cousin, Naked Jungle. A goofy, slightly chaotic slice of kids' TV that somehow managed to turn rope bridges, foam rocks, and a couple of blokes in monkey suits into one of the most memorable game shows of its time. It honestly felt like a real adventure. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this trip back to the jungle. If you did, comment, rate, and subscribe, because all of that usual YouTube shiz is appreciated. And remember, watch out for Sid and Elvis. Toodle Pipski.